friends, myself Rakesh Roshan from Learn Tech to Tech channel, and I am preparing the series of C++ tutorial for you, and this is my first video on the C++ programming language. And you know that C++ is a very important programming language, and from schooling to college courses, there is a programming language of C++ are available in the syllabus. So let us see some introduction about the C++ program. I will introduce you about the programming C++ programming language. First of all, you see that C++ programming language is the middle level programming language. It is the free form and general purpose programming language. C++ was developed by Bjarne Stroustrup in 1979. C++ is the extended version of C language but do not require the knowledge of C for learning the C++. That means you can independently learn the C++. Now C++ is in the top 5 programming language in last year by the IEEE, and C++ developers in worldwide got average $1 lakh per annum salary. And last thing I want to say you need not to learn C for learning C++. That means you can independently learn the C++. That's why you see that the C++ programming language is in the syllabus of school in the 11th and 12th of the CBSE syllabus. You see that. So this is the small introduction about the C++ programming language, and let us continue with the character set of the C++. Let us see proceed with the C++. Then first of all, I will discuss with C++ character set. Actually, this character set are the characters which is used for writing the programs in C++. That means whatever you write in C++, that whatever the character are used for writing the C++, that is called the C++ character set. And in the C++, you can use small a to z and capital A to z. Digits are allowed 0 to 9, and special symbols like greater than, less than, equal to, star, and many more. And white spaces are also allowed. This is the small character set of the C++, where you can use these characters. Then next one is C++ tokens. Actually, C++ tokens are the building blocks for writing the C++ programs. So first of all, this is the identifier. Identifier actually in C++ and any other programming language if you are taken, then identifier is the name that is assigned by the user for the program element, that is variable, type, template, class, function, etc. That means whatever name we are giving to the variables, data types and templates, class, function, that is called the identifier. And these identifiers are limited to some things, like in the identifier you can only use the letters, digits and underscores. Then second token is keywords. Actually, these keywords are the predefined reserved identifier for the C++. That means the identifier which is reserved for the C++, that is called the keyword, like scene, cout and many more. Then constant. Actually, constants are also the type of identifier, but here you cannot change the value throughout the programs. That means at a time, suppose that you assign some value to the constant, then you cannot change the values of the constants in future throughout the program. Then fourth one is operators. Obviously, without operators you cannot operate anything, like the arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical operator. Everywhere you have to use the operators. So operators are also the main tokens or the important token of the C++. Then structure of C++ program. How you write the C++ program. Before starting the actual programming on C++, I will give you some small introduction about the structure of the C++ program. That is header file declaration. That means first you have to declare the header file, then global declaration. Suppose that you want to declare any variable globally, or you want to prototype the you want to pre-declare the functions, then you have to declare here. Then the class declaration or method declaration, suppose that you want to declare the class or method, you declare here. Then the main function, and the method or function definition will come after the main function. This is the small structure of the C++. Everywhere you got this structure in detail. Now some header files, because here you see that first one, header file declaration. So here header files is the very important part for the C++, because in the C++ programming, the C++ standard library is there, which is the collection of classes and functions. And C++ standard library also incorporates 18 headers, which is ending with the .h. And some of the header files like iostream.h, iomanip.h, ctype.h, float.h, math.h, and many more. And all header file are for different purpose. Next, I come to the cin and cout. Why we are seeing that cin and cout? Because whenever I will write the first program where I will use the cin and cout. Actually, cin is used for accepting the inputs from the user using the keyboard. Suppose that you want to take the input from the user using keyboard, then you have to use the cin. Suppose that you want to take the input for the num variable, then you have to write cin double greater than num. Then cout is used to display the output on the screen. That means you want to display the output or display the message or display the value of the variable on the standard output device, that is your monitor or your screen. Then you have to use the cout. In cout, double less than operator is used, and the variable name. Suppose that you write the cout double less than num, then it will print the value of the variable num. But suppose that you want to display the message only, then you have to write cout double less than hello world. So this is the small introduction of about cin cout. That means cin is used for taking the input and cout is used for displaying the output. Then again important function, that is setw, I am discussing here, because setw is used for setting field width. Suppose that you are displaying some information and you want to set the width of the area, that is you want to set the width with 20 character or 30 character or 10 character, then you can set, and on that width your message will display. That's there you see that cout double less than setw 10 double less than Rakesh I am displaying. That means Rakesh has a 6 character, but it will display in the area of 10 characters. That means first 4 character will be a space and then Rakesh will display. So this is the small introduction of the setw. Now I will see how to write the program in the C++ and how to write the hello world program in C++. I am using the code block. Code blocks is the very important tool or very popular tool for writing the C++ programming. So you just use code block tools. And here I will go to the file, then new, then I will select the file. Whenever you select the file, then you see that I will click here C++ source file, and here C++, then next. Here you have to give the full path where you want to put the I want to put the program in the desktop C++ ppt and the folder of C++ program. Now I will give the file name as learn1, then save. Then you see that okay, it is working, and then finish. And you see that learn1.cpp is already opened. Just you write here program, your simple. I am writing the simple program has include. This is the beautification of beauty of code blocks. Here you see that I'm just written in include and already include is open. Now iostream, and you see that you do not need to type whole word, int, then main, then just you open the curly bracket and it will automatically closed, and indentation will be automatically. cout, you see that I will click on cout double less than, then I will put learn tech to, sorry there is no space, tech channel, or learn tech to tech channel. Then I will return, because I have given the return type of main is integer. otherwise it will throw the warning. And here you have to use the namespace, standard namespace. You see that I need not to type everything, and I have written include iostream using namespace std. These things are compulsory to write. Then you are at the main function. This is a structure, and within the main file you have to write the statements like that. And just by clicking on the build menu and build, you can build. Otherwise you build your program, that is you can compile your program by using the control plus F9. I am building, and you see that in the below I have written using namespace. I think here, oh okay, here semicolon is missed. I will write build. You see that zero error, zero warning in the below window. Now I will run by click on this play button. Otherwise you click on the build and run, and it will execute learn tag to tag channel. You see that means our program is successfully run. That means that by this way you can write the programs on C++. This is my first video on C++ and very basic video. In the next video I will cover the data types, then operators, and again we will see some other programs which are related to you. Thank you friends. I hope you understand all the things. Please like my video and share my video with your friends and colleagues, and please do not forget to subscribe my channel Learn Tech to Tech and click on the bell to get the notifications of all my latest videos. Thank you. Hello friends, myself Rakesh Roshan from Learn Tech to Tech channel, and I am preparing the series of C++ tutorial for you, and this is my first video on the C++ programming language. And you know that C++ is the very important programming language, and from schooling to college courses, there is a programming language of C++ are available in the syllabus. So let us see some introduction about the C++ program. I will introduce you about the programming C++ programming language. First of all, you see that C++ programming language is the middle level programming language. It is the free form and general purpose programming language. C++ was developed by Bjarne Stroustrup in 1979. C++ is the extended version of C language, but do not require the knowledge of C for learning the C++. That means you can independently learn the C++. Now C++ is in the top 5 programming language in last year by the IEEE, and C++ developers in worldwide got average $1 lakh per annum salary. And last thing I want to say you need not to learn C for learning C++. That means you can independently learn the C++. That's why you see that the C++ programming language is in the syllabus of school in the 11th and 12th of the CBSE syllabus. You see that. So this is the small introduction about the C++ programming language, and let us continue with the character set of the C++.